had a session with two adorable kitties yesterday, and I want to talk about the process for ratings because I haven't really gone into detail yet about what kind of things can come up, what kind of questions to ask, so I thought this was a really good example to use. So, what I always do when I start off is ask the animal what their essence is, which is kind of like their personality. And this is helpful to really more for for two reasons. One, it's like an icebreaker for me to get to kind of know the animal a little bit better and to really feel into their energy. And then two, it's also really good feedback for the human to be like, yes, that sounds like my animal. Gracie is the one who came first, and she was the older cat, and she was a little bit hesitant of me at first. I saw her kind of like when cats play coy, where you can tell they want attention but they're keeping their distance, and I saw her just like rubbing up against something but her tail was up, so she was definitely giving me signs of like, hey, I want attention but just don't touch me. And when I first connected with an animal, they'll greet me. And it's also really fun because a lot of times that's also a really good way for the human to be like, yes, that's exactly how my dog or my whatever greets me when I see them. All of the questions with Gracie, I went to Tux. And Tux was definitely a little bit more shy, more reserved kind of animal. And it felt like she needed Gracie to sort of pave the way for her to be a little bit more trusting of me, which is definitely something that can happen in an animal communication reading. So then I asked them, what did they want more of? Which, very common question. People want to know how they can best support their animals. And Gracie mentioned that she wanted fresh water, and I saw her sort of pawing at her water, indicating that, she just wasn't super happy with the kind of water. And I saw her showing maybe something like running. And then I saw her with her paws stretched up and clawing like one of those carpeted cat towers. And she was telling me that she loves that, but she also wants to try a different texture. It was a really easy suggestion that her mom could implement. And when I asked Tux, she said that she wants some grass. And her mom said that she used to be an outside cat and used to have access, and now that she keeps her indoors to, keep her safe. So that made total sense for her, and she's going to go ahead and get her some kitty grass because, it's also a really easy thing that she can implement for her kitties to make them happier and more fulfilled. And then I asked them what did they need less of, and Gracie said she needs less lighting. And I guess her mom said that they had recently moved to somewhere that had a ton of lighting. So she was just asking for a dark place so that she can go during the day and just kind of relax. And then Tux asked for a quiet space where she can go and hide if she felt the need to. And things have been extra loud with the fireworks. Her mom said that where she's living, they've just been going on and on longer than normal, and poor Tux has just been super scared. So that was very much a relevant thing. And then her mom had a very sweet question, which I think is also something that a lot of animal owners are wondering about, and that is, do they understand how much you love them? And even without connecting to an animal, I'm going to tell you that yes, they always know, because love is an emotion, it's a vibration. So you don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything. If you love your animal truly, they feel your vibration of love. But just to give you the word part of what both Gracie and Tuck said, Gracie said, yes, it's the main thing I feel for my mom. And then her mom had a question for Tux specifically about why she isn't eating her wet food. And this made me laugh because when I asked her, I saw her sort of smelling it, and then I got the sense that it kind of made her belly queasy. And she looked at me like, you want me to eat that? And her eyes got big, like, no. So her mom is going to try getting her different wet food and hopefully find one that she likes. And there were a couple more back and forth questions that I had, and I'll just kind of keep this vague, but the interesting thing is that I've started to be able to feel into different emotional blockages within animals. So Gracie, I felt that she had a couple things going on. I felt like she had some root and sacral chakra blockages, which totally makes sense, right? Because she has a lot of fear and she's very reserved, and she was abused in the past, sadly, before this owner. So that makes total sense that she just doesn't feel safe in her body. So I was able to clear that and just send her waves of loving energy and clearing energy. And then for Gracie, she was sensing a little bit of jealousy. And jealousy, I felt that in her solar plexus. So I was able to clear that as well. And I asked her mom to keep me updated on how their relationship transpires over the next couple days and weeks, because I'm hoping that with clearing those things, they'll be less reactive to each other and able to get closer over time.